Bienvenidos. Soy Bruja Espinada, and I'm here with your message of the week. So, let's get started. When asked, I spilled coffee on myself. When asked what needed to be released this week, what came out was the Nine of Elixirs. Now, what's funny is the Nine of Elixirs is a good sign. It's a good omen. But in regards of to what needs to be released, what this card is telling you right now is that, all these good things are coming into play. Everything is falling into place. This cycle of whatever emotions and feelings of whatever you've had been going through is coming to a close, because after 9 is 10 and 10 signals the completion of a cycle. So this is nearing the end, and it's all good things. There's nothing bad that's come of this. And remember, regardless of what the obstacle or hardships you may have faced, or any difficulties, any stressors, these are all good things because they are lessons in our lives. And this is what this is telling you, that everything is falling into place as it should be. So it has on here, you'll see it says wish tonic, bliss brew, love potion, joy elixir, and it's telling you like little steps and whatnot. So this is all good things. There's not like everything you've been working towards, you've been wishing for, you've been wanting, you've been intending and manifesting. Everything is coming into place, and it's telling you that if you've buckled down to put in this work, right now is the time to take this opportunity to indulge a little bit. And mind you, I say a little bit. This card actually is telling you a little bit. Don't overindulge. Don't overdo it, but treat yourself a little. Like a lot of hard work, a lot of stress, none of it pays off if you don't treat yourself a little bit. Whether it's taking time to go to a spa and doing something, like a treatment for yourself, or going on a hike, whatever it is that you feel will be a treat to you and you only, not having to treat the whole family, unless that is what's going to make you happy. But really, this is talking about you and yourself and what you need to do to find that balance within yourself from all the hard work. Treat yourself a little bit. Now, when asked what was needed for this week, what came out was a bunch of cards. Like, let me just tell you. So what came out was the Page of Elixirs, the Hierophant, the 8 of Elixirs, and the 10 of Rods. Now, when I had said earlier about obstacles, difficulties, stressors, you can't tell me that you haven't been going through any of that, because this is what the cards are telling me. Now, the Page of Elixirs is signifying, of course, this has to do with the emotions, usually inner, outer emotions, whatever you show and whatever you hide inside. This is telling you this has to do with intuition. So what you need is to work on your intuition, working with your intuition. Don't let your past traumas affect how you go about things, though. And the way that this is telling you to do so is it's telling you to take this opportunity. So mind you, the page, when it comes to the arcana, or the way it comes to the suit, it's the king, the queen, the knight, and the page. The page is a learner, someone who's still learning. And this is what this is telling you. You need to work on your intuition right now. Don't let your past dictate what you deem to be your intuition. Is it truly your intuition, or is it just your survival mode kicking in? That's what you need to learn right now. And it's telling you this because it's saying that you need to have patience, take a step back, and actually listen to other people's point of views. That's not to say that you automatically trust them, because it's telling you this is what you need to do to work on your intuition and trusting your gut. And whether or not someone does tell you the complete honest truth, keep in mind that if it still doesn't feel right, you don't have to do anything about it just yet. Wait till you have everything that you need to finally decide whether or not you can move forward with whatever decision that you had initially been planning or are leaning towards. Remember, no matter what decision you make, no decision is the wrong one, because regardless of what path you choose to take, it's a path, so it leads you down a completely different way every time. And sometimes if it wasn't the right path, it'll take you back along to the road that you need to go to. But that's the point of this. You need to start working on practicing your intuition. And trust me, it's not an easy thing. Some people are like purely gut instinct, and others are purely thought based, and it's not easy. Trust me, I know the work is hard, but you need to start putting that in. Especially when it's followed by the Hierophant. The Hierophant is all about structure and study, but this card is reinforcing this right here, where it's saying, okay, listen to point of view. This is telling you that you really need to take the time to understand that there's no harm in asking for help. So if you want to reach out to a counselor, if you want to reach out to any spiritual leader that's been guiding you so far, if you want to reach out to friends that you can really trust, or a non-biased party, you can. And that's what this is telling you. There's no harm in asking for help, especially when you are working on something. You can't learn without a teacher. And that's the thing where sometimes, and this will help also, is like getting other points of view from someone that's either been in a similar situation to see how they handled it, or what they wish they could have done differently, will help influence you. And you can take all that knowledge and see what's going to work for you. Now, when I say that I know that this has to do with struggles and difficulties, that is because the 10 of Rods and the 8 of Elixirs come out. Now, the 8 of Elixirs has a lot to, and it shows you here that it's about a spiritual journey. It's about an aura cleanse and letting go of despair, of pain, the void, waking up. It's time to let go. And that's where this kind of comes into this as well. It's like if you've been dealing with a lot of stuff and you've been avoiding focusing on your well-being, that's not good. You need to let go of always focusing on trying to get something done and take a break. You're not a machine. You need to cut that shit out. You need to work on yourself, because the love and joy, whether it's you're trying to take care of others, that's all well and good, but when are you going to take care of yourself? And that's this reminder. You've been dealing with a lot of burdens. You've been dealing with a lot of issues, and this is what this is telling you is, yeah, you can handle a lot of shit, and you may be one of the strongest, baddest bitches out there, bossest bitches out there. It doesn't matter. Everyone has limitations. Everyone can get run down. So let go of the idea of constantly needing to be super, super strong, and take care of yourself. If anything, think of it that way. This is your prescription. This is the remedy. Take care of yourself. But not only that, this is also telling you that if you're still holding on to a struggle, you also need to let it go. It's time to start moving on. You have to let it go, let it happen. Don't keep obsessing about it, because if you keep holding on, your hands are still full. You can't receive what you've been asking for. So let that shit go. Last but not least, how to go about getting all of this. What came out was the 3 of Elixirs and the Empress card. These combined are amazing. So the 3 of Elixirs has a lot to do, of course, with emotions. And a lot of the times people, they like to associate this, well, the whole idea is a third party. It's associated with the concept of a third party. And so it's usually, especially in love readings, this is a general reading, but in love readings, people will be like, oh, there's a third party. Well, this also means friends. This also means celebration. And this right now, what this is telling you is, especially when this is highlighting, like, looking at others' points of view, asking for help, and even treating yourself a little bit, reach out to your friends. Reach out to people that you trust. And even if, that's few and far between, friends, help, it doesn't matter if you have to go with your pets, whatever the hell it may be. But this is telling you, reach out. Because right now, whatever connections that you have with others that you can trust and you feel safe with is completely needed at this time. And that's how you're going to be able to overcome, to grow your intuition, to get the knowledge that you're seeking. And with the Empress card, the Empress card is what it, how to go about this is to remember to believe in yourself. The Empress is the bossest of the entire arcana. The most bosses, because the Empress is about abundance and opportunity, and it is a legit reminder that to believe in yourself, because anything that you can touch will turn to gold. Don't forget that. Any of this is able to be accomplished because you need to remember that you are the Empress in your life. Now, when asked of Memento Mori what the overall lesson was, what came out was the Broom and the Tower. We've seen the Tower before and the Broom came out. And these are two very significant cards because, well, the Broom is about cleansing, is about sweeping away all the negative energy. The Broom is actually the most powerful tool that you have in your home. And what this is telling you is to release. So that's a reminder of letting go, releasing remembering your limitations. It's release that negativity, but also it's about cleansing and sweeping away all the negativity that you no longer need. And this is actually, like I said, a powerful tool. Not only do you sweep and cleanse with this spiritually and physically, if you have a broom, you can actually decorate it or whatever and place it over the door or a window in your home, and that actually is a counter against any curses, any hexes, anything that's an intention that people have against you. This is actually a powerful tool to work against that. Now, followed with the Tower. The Tower is, well, at least in the tarot, is a signifier of change. In this case, because this is an oracle card, the Tower can signify one of two things. It depends on your situation, though. This could be a fortress. This could be like a prison, or it could be a stronghold. What's the difference? A prison, you are confining something from escaping, whereas a stronghold is you're using it as a method to protect yourself. Take it as it resonates. But this is telling you, especially when it comes to letting go and knowing your limitations and learning things, you have to understand that maybe you're not moving on because you're just too scared, you're too intimidated to take something on. But will that help with your ascent? Take that into consideration. How are you going to interpret this card? Are you your own prisoner? Are you keeping yourself safe from something? How is that benefiting you? Because this has to do with ascent and wealth as well, because a stronghold, you're holding on. Now, if that's the case, that you're holding on to your wealth, you really don't want to spend anything. Remember, a little bit of indulgence is not a bad thing. So keep that in mind. Last but not least, the message from the Enchanted Blossoms Oracle deck. And what came out was beauty. Beauty. Beautiful card, right? Orchids and this swallowtail. This says, this card is a reminder of your inner and outer beauty. And the allure found in the world around you. Everyone has loveliness in them, even when we might not feel like it. The grace of a hand, the curve of the body, or the shape of a brow, all can be exquisite and loved. The charm of one's soul should always be held sacred. Breathe deep and welcome any thoughts on what you find bewitching about yourself, for you are beautiful. For the rest of the day, notice the artistry that surrounds you in the rich colors of the sky, the fresh scent of the grass, and the elegant lines of buildings. Acknowledge them, welcome them, and revel in them. See yourself reflected in the beauty of the world, as the world and the self are truly beautiful. Well, that is your message of the week. I hope it helps, and I'll see you guys next time.